Here in the north, the Yaller horn is about to sound and send two teams to battle here at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Coming up, we have a good one for you between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Teed up, and we're off from US Bank Stadium. Returning it from the 4. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Nice effort here, they're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Jake. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. I'm a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Another one for Gibbs. Once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Goff on 3rd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here. Ahead of 4th down. Officials stepping in here. A timeout call. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And this just gets past the 20 before going out.
At their own 19-yard line.
Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
It's the first carry for the Auburn rookie. Great work there to evade the tackle, but the rest of the run, pretty forgettable. No gain there. And it's not just in quarterbacks, Brock. You already got to have short memories. You tell me this too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
First play of the drive lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down.
Let's go now. 19, Tiger, 19.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Jump off, caught by his back. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Looking Hawkinson, he's got it. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. That play good for 17 and a first down. All right. Now things starting to pick up a little bit after a slow start, Brock. Last things fans want to see is a couple of uninspiring drives to begin a game.
Yep, they get the first and generate just a little excitement that we could see maybe our first touchdown here, or at least avoid another quick punt.
Dive play straight ahead. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Going to the ground again on first. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. DJ Reed brings him down that time.
We know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. Fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Looking to throw, McCarthy. This one's to Hawkinson outright. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be first and goal now.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Coming to the line for another first and 10. Right up the gut. And he's able to fight this down to the 2. That's 8 yards on that run, and now it's second down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Nice run last play. Sets up second and 2. First carry here for Aaron Jones. Up to the goal line, but he won't reach it. The defense keeps him out and forces third and goal. Offense in the hurry up here.
Third and 1.
Third down, here's Jones. And this defense is going to win this round. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. Fourth down coming up. McCarthy to throw for it. He's got it. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings have a great first drive and get the game's first points. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. Once it became goal-to-goal, Brock, that field goal team just didn't feel like they were ever going to see the field. This team was committed to making a statement on the opening series, even if it meant leaving the offense out there on fourth and goal.
Yeah, I think that's really well said, Kate, for a couple reasons. Number one, you do get a chance to finish, right? So you do all this work to get there, you want to finish it. But you also know if you don't get it, you set your opponent up with some really bad field position. I love that decision.
Here's Reichard, set to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Singing love from my bass compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really want to brag. I'm just telling that I'm leaving with a bag.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Gibbs. Doesn't get much beyond the line. A yard at most. It's Jonathan Allen on the tackle.
2 yards. It's 2nd and 8.
We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. 7-0 is our score. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. Back and beginning the 2nd quarter. Lions in possession. They'll begin the quarter with 2nd and 8. Again, it's Gibbs. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up 3rd down. So the run goes backwards. What do you think, Brock? Is it time that they start getting a little more aggressive, take some more risks offensively?
Not in my book. You've not earned that right. I think a lot of play callers feel that same way, too. Man, you get to earn the right to be aggressive and take shots when you can do the basics, like, I don't know, run for a positive gain.
Super 66.
Third and long for him here. That one complete to St. Brown. The stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. And the Lions 1st down.
Ric Flair. 5.
From the gun, Goff. He beams one deep right side. And he makes the play. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete. He was hoping to get it to Isaac Tesla there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. Spins out of one stop. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. Offense up to the line pass.
And the Lions 1st down.
On 1st down, it's gone. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
We go to the 180.
On the draw, this is Gibbs. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
10 yards. That's another Detroit Lions 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception.
Intercepted. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. There's a dive up the middle. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Now McCarthy absolutely fires this one, right? Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kirby Joseph picks it.
Their first pick of the game comes in an awfully big moment. Really just cancels cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
Field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
14. 14. Hey, lift.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. They get it right back. That's intercepted. He dodged the tackle. And the Vikings will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Must be paying these guys a day rate, not the hourly rate, because it took them just one play to answer interception for interception. We're right back, basically, to where we were 2 snaps ago, but with a whole lot of excitement in between.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Dumps it off to his running back. He strides quickly, headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Here's McCarthy to throw. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here he is on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
At the 23-yard line.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. It's inside the 10. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
It is just so hard, Kate, to get these chunk, explosive runs. But what it does now is it especially sets the table in prime scoring position.
The huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal. Right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Mason does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
I think I can see that sideline considering a challenge down there. It was close, but I think he got barely enough to escape the end zone. Another run might not be so lucky.
Ready, go!
3rd and goal for McCarthy. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, you got to find a way to win.
Vikings will try a field goal on 4th down. Will Reichert headed out. So with that play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Well, a field goal would make it 2 scores, Brock, but they want more than that. They're going for it on 4th and goal. He's snapping to McCarthy. And this finds him in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings grow their lead just before halftime. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal. Finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Went after try good by Reichert. And the Vikings double their lead to 14. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Williams coming in motion right. Now we've got whistles, but not for delay of game. They were able to get a timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. That's complete to Sam Laporta. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running.
Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
First down throw from Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. A timeout taken here by the Lions. That's their 3rd. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
2nd down.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that side.
Goff to the air now. Screen here for Gibbs. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Fox now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. They get an even 10 on that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Back-to-back carries here. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
McCarthy to throw it. Finds his man over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like that's that 37-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 37.
New set of downs from the 37.
19, try, 19, got quit.
Rolling back, it's the handoff. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate. That's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
From the shotgun, McCarthy finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
1st and 10.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space, like a chess master, seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and in what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone could finally get to him.
1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. McCarthy throwing here. Throw is caught. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd and 2, McCarthy. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Will Reichert now to try the Vikings field goal. This is going to be a 32-yarder from the left hash. Reichert connects there. And they come away with some points on that series.
I believe the break, the important thing is really to come out hot in the second half and add to it. Sure, you love touchdowns. You take those 3 points as well.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here comes Williams on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Drive begins with Gibbs. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks, and really create some indecision now defensively.
And he will not get the first, but oh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. 3rd down.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
They're turning to the option on 3rd and short. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Running for it. Here's Gibbs. The defense seizing the opportunity. Great stop. They've got a turnover on downs, and they get their guys the ball in plus territory.
Well, a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call, but it can work against a pass or a run. Good luck running for the sticks when you got a whole defense crashing you right off the snap.
On 1st down, they'll run. He does it. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. So great work by the running back there. Brock found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Record there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings making a 24-point ball game. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. This drive's going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Off the play fake. Here's Goff. And he won't find anything here. They're there to drop him for the sack on what's likely the final play of this 3rd quarter. We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. It'll be the Lions with possession, but this one pretty much decided at this point. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. They go play action with Goff. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it. But it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Well, best of luck here. It's 4th and a considerable distance. Desperation time here. This is to Slaw, working the outside. And this one won't get close. They make the stand and force that turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Here's the one back on the handoff. Gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop it. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offensive confidence.
Bob's by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. McCarthy looking to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Good play on the football defensively. He knocks it away, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
A 42-yard attempt.
Reichert connects there. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
Get another shot across the bow of the ship. It's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. He could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Fields this one at the 3. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Handoff to Gibbs from the gun. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4. Working quickly here.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. And this one's not going to connect. Knocked away, and that failure to connect, Brock, means it's 3rd down.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Goff on 3rd. Checks it down to Gibbs. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Offense to the line fast.
And the Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Goff on 1st and 10. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. On the move, past the 40. Racing down the left side. There it is. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions putting up points in a game decided. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Nevis with a point after. And the Lions still have a lot of work to do, Brock. It's a 20-point difference now.
Lions 7.
Fox now to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up to the 35 to begin this drive. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, McCarthy. Completed to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep.
One of the challenges when you run that jet sweep is you better secure that edge. I've not seen a great jet sweep in my life where you don't win the edge of the line of scrimmage. And that time, the defense got the job done.
Let's see what they went with on third down. Here he goes, third and long. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're staring at fourth and long.
You never, ever run an offense like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Get some space around midfield. Has room down the left sideline. And he houses it on the return all the way back for a touchdown. Well, he is one of those players, Brock. We've seen teams sometimes kick away from him, and it's because of his ability to turn any punt return into six.
Some of these elite returners, Kate, they just have a vision that's different. They can see things happening before the rest of us, and then you've got to have that elite explosiveness as well to go punch it in for 6.
That one right down the middle. And the Lions drop the lead back to 13.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Now, Brock, you always tell me they're special for a reason. Quite the boost from their special teams on that score as they kick it away. This will end up as a touchback.
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Some good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's first and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Now even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gets more blockers up front, but it also plays the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be third down.
It's the 3rd and 11.
Third and long for him here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Starts his return from the 23. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Lions down by a very unlucky 13. So they'll head up here first and 10 from the 34. Gibbs now from the gun. Get some space around midfield. And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running.
That's good for the Lions. First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To the air on first down. Here's Goff. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Intercepted. The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 37.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's first and 10. Hand off to the back. And he's going to be hit. Sent out after about a gain of 1 to 2 yards there.
That's a
He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Tag! Have the 60, have the 60.
This is Mason on 2nd down. Gets some space around midfield. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line.
A gain of 17
A pickup of
yards.
17. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Let's go. Bronco East.
From the gun, here's a handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. The huddle, it's 2nd down now.
Let's go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Hey, we working up the wide receiver.
They're going to pass it here. This is pulled in by Nicole Hardman. And they're going to reset it just outside that red zone. They get 22 out of that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
First down.
Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Ready.
The give now out of the shotgun. That's a solid running here as he gets some 8 yards there into the red zone. Timeout taken here by the Lions. That's their 3rd. That's all they had. So the offense free to start running the clock down now.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And it's going to be a win for the Vikings here today. As they get the first down, they can take the clock down to 0 now.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Offense is set. 1st and 10.
Ready. 70 Timberwolves.
Another carry for him. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 10-yard line.
So they are indeed kings in the north as the Vikings win it at home. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. With Brock Huard and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings emerge as winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.